My name's Ian Craig and I'm a nutritional therapist and an exercise physiologist. And I work in my clinic here at Morningside Chiropractic Sports Injury Clinic. As a youngster, I was a very good athlete, and I was always very interested in how the body responded to external stimuli like training. So I wanted to study it. I wanted to understand how the physiology changed when we trained. Inflammation is a normal body reaction. We've tended to take it as an abnormal thing, but it's a normal reaction. It involves some swelling, maybe some redness, maybe some pain. The obvious example would be an injury, where you can see the inflammation or the redness. But we have inflammation going on in our body all the time. Somebody kicking you with a football boot would cause inflammation, but eating badly, having too much stress in your life, not sleeping well enough, these are all factors that preempt an internal state of inflammation, which might link into, accelerated aging or some degenerative disease.
I wake up, I feel refreshed, I can sustain a full 8 to 12 hour day at work and studying, but when I do get tired, it's like I literally can't cope.
And suddenly drop off?
Yeah, I just drop off, yeah.
Inflammation can be anywhere in the body. The focus is always on the gut within my profession. So we look at gut first because it's the first place that food interacts with our body, and it's the hardest thing to get right physiologically. When the gut's inflamed, anywhere else in the body can be inflamed. The untreated inflammation is the scary thing, because scientists are now very aware that it's very linked to degenerative diseases. The most obvious uncontrolled inflammation is autoimmune disease, and that's where the immune system starts to attack its own tissues. And probably the most obvious example is rheumatoid arthritis. So the joints become swollen and puffy, and gradually the cartilage wears away. So that's quite nasty. And that's just the immune system gone out of balance and created tons of inflammation. So we need to actually address the reasons behind that, whether it be exercise, stress, food, lifestyle, toxicity. If we've got a hectic life and we're not sleeping so much, we've got work stress, family stress, throwing heavy exercise on top of that can actually push up the inflammation. So in those cases, lighter exercise, such as walking, brisk walking, gentle jogging, gentle cycling, maybe even things like yoga, tai chi, Pilates, accessing the breathing in a more relaxing way can actually calm down our nervous system. And if we calm our nervous system, we can decrease that inflammation as well. And then from a health perspective, through nutrition, we can target inflammation with the right kinds of foods, and that's extremely powerful. Foods that negatively affect our inflammation are several, but the key ones are the man-made foods. They're the baddies, such as refined sugars are very pro-inflammatory. Refined carbohydrates sit in that same category. They flux our blood sugars and create a lot of inflammation. But refined fats are just as bad, if not worse. And the good foods, they're all the usual culprits that we think are good foods. Fruit, vegetables. Fruit, I have to add on, you have to be careful, because if you have too much fruit, it's sugary, and if you get a big flux in the blood sugars, that causes inflammation. But fruit in moderation. Berries are especially, the better choice in that group. Vegetables, yeah, lots of vegetables. Starchy vegetables, we're in the world of banting at the moment, so we need to be mindful of how much of the starchy vegetables, but lots of fibrous vegetables like our salads, our broccolis, our cauliflowers, our cabbage, things like that. They're all very good in terms of balancing that inflammation in the body.